So let the APC
incoming senator
address us.
Okay.
APC,
everywhere you go.
APC,
everywhere you go.
Everywhere you go.
Everywhere you go.
Everywhere you go. Today is a very special day. The evening is a special evening. We have in our midst one of the leaders, national leaders of this party, the APC, two-term governor of Imo State, distinguished senator representing Imo East, and indeed the only senator of APC of Imo extraction now in the West Indies. He's come to see for himself the preparations for tomorrow, and I'm sure he's satisfied with what he has seen, and he came in company of other leaders of our great party. Our leader, our senator, our former governor, welcome to my country home. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Like you said, I came on inspection tour to see for myself the level of preparedness for Senator Arume's candidature, and I'm quite satisfied because one of the best things that can happen for people is to have Senator Arume to present them. But let me say this. What we found today as a party in Imo State, the situation is really uncalled for. And I want to advise seriously the governor of Imo State to change his style and pattern. Because this dust of violence is raising, he may not be able to contain it. It is very, very surprising, his attitude and the way he conducts affairs of the state. He's creating more problems than he can handle. Having been someone who for somehow, some reason, acceptable or not acceptable, emerged a governor of a state, the ideal thing we have done is to toe the path of peace and reconciliation. But it looks like he rather takes the path of creating confusions wherever he might find them. Now, Imo State APC was quite peaceful, very peaceful, until the coming of Oshimole and the governor of the state. And the parties seem to be so divided for just no reason. And it pains me as someone who founded this party in the state. I'm the father of this party. When nobody even believed in this APC, I founded it. And it took four major parties to form the APC. The first is CPC, led by Senator Ahmed Tinubu. I mean the ACN, led by Senator Ahmed Tinubu, and the CPC, led by President Mohamed Buhari, and the AMPP, led by Obonel, and ABGA, led by myself. These were the parties that came together to form what we call APC. And since then, we won elections. And we won elections in the House of Assembly, in the Senate, governor. And all of a sudden, we begin to have a lot of problems in the party since the coming of Governor Uzodinma. And I just don't understand why and who is advising him to toe this path. If he controls this path, he will meet failure on his way. And he might not succeed in what he's trying to do. There's so much victimization of innocent citizens. A few weeks ago, an innocent woman, a widow, was locked up for 24 days in the cell. And when the police were contacted, they said it was at the order of the governor. That's power, recklessness, use of power abuse. Not quite too long, a House of Assembly member was also arrested and put in prison. Another young man that assaulted the governor, a pressman, was also detained. Now, he has not been stopped that. The beautiful underpass, which is called the tunnel, Aguirosi, he broke it without fixing it. They sold to hospital, magnificent big hospital, an asset of the state. He destroyed it. Now he's threatening to say any property owned by anybody in the state other than the one he authorized should be destroyed and demolished. And now, and few moments ago, he announced that the whole university stopped function and students should go home because he wants to demolish the university. To me, I think this is rather sounds absurd. So may I advise him from now henceforth to stop immediately forthwith. And I say so with every seriousness. I love peace, and I've maintained peace to the degree that I can. But he should not take this peace for granted. And I so say so. And this idea of court cases we are going up and down in the state is diversionary. We need to build this party. So my advice to Uzodinma is to put the path of peace and make sure everybody is carried along. And the most important one that, and let me also advise him, that he shouldn't go about boasting that he has the police in his pocket and have the judiciary in the pocket. It's only respect given to anybody that's still a power. I was once a governor, and I made a governor. Few months ago I was a governor, a few years ago I was a governor of this town. I understand the powers given to a governor, but it must not be abused. And so I want to warn Stanley that Uzodinma must never, in the disguise of knowing of police or court, and intimidate the ordinary citizens of this state. That must stop, and that will be resisted. It shouldn't take the calmness of Igbo people for granted. Okay. Tomorrow we've been talking about issues of unrest and trying how we can quell them and make peace in the state. He's generating heat, and for instance, nobody's even disturbing him. Can he focus on his unplanned government for God's sake and leave the people alone and stop intimidating people? Because any further intimidation, the people will resist it.
Okay. Talking about the court cases you mentioned, which are dragging the party here and there, I want to find out, tomorrow there will be an election here in the Imo North Senatorial District. Is the APC going to be fielding two candidates, going by the judgment of the court?
This is a confusion being set. Now there's one court judgment in Federal High Court saying that his preferred candidate is disqualified and should not contest election on the basis that there were perjury found against him. Now, another court of appeal is saying that the candidate of APC is no longer the candidate. So where does that leave us? That's the question you should ask.
Are you worried about this?
Well, every concerned person should be worried about it. Because it's making the party look like we're so disorganized, we're so confused. The peaceful party they met, they've torn it apart. And I think we must, as leaders, try and call him to order and let the district peace go. But tomorrow, everybody will go for election, and they will vote for APC, because APC needs this constituency, this zone, more than anything else. Because it will now spell doom for the APC if it will lose the seat we already had, and that will be the only APC candidate in the National Assembly from Imo State. It doesn't all go well for the party or for the image of the party. If the popular candidate everybody knows is I don't know. I remember we won this election last slide. If not without all this interference. Oh yeah. So that's why I'm here to encourage him and show him support that he should go ahead. Let APC win first while we allow the court to sort out the matter.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.